I've never seen a dead body before. Well, I saw my grandfather's at his funeral, but he was all dressed up in a suit and tie and lying in his coffin. He even had on makeup, something he wouldn't have been caught dead doing when he was alive. The weirdest part was his hair. Grandpa always had a crew-cut flat top, a holdover from World War II. The funeral director didn't know my grandfather, so he slicked his bristly hair over to the side, and Grandpa didn't look like Grandpa anymore. I'm thinking about this stuff because I don't want to think about what's waiting for me down at the Tilt-a-Whirl. Reginald Hart's dead body. One of our guys, Sergeant Dominic Santucci, has snapped off the padlock on Playland's front gate with his humongous wire cutter tool, so I don't have to scale the fence. He's stationed at the gate to wait for the state police and the medical examiner and the meat wagon, as he called it. Santucci's a hard ass and wants everybody to know it. I walk down the pathway, past the Sunnyside Clyde garbage cans, where you stuff your trash into Mr. Sunbeam's wide-open mouth, past Pirate Pete's pretzels, past the Sea Dragon, past the water balloon pistols, past the Knock 'em Down, down to the Tilt-a-Whirl, and my first dead body. I've heard stories about how cops love to initiate rookies, love to bust a gut laughing while they watch the new guy lose his cookies when he sees his first fresh corpse. Santucci had been cracking gum and smirking when he let me in the gate. "What'd you eat for breakfast, kid?" he asked. "Never mind, don't tell me, we'll see soon enough." Then he laughed his Dominic the Donkey laugh and cracked his gum some more. I come to the entrance to the Tilt-a-Whirl, wishing there was a long line ahead of me. There isn't, and I'm tall enough to ride this ride. "Ceepak?" "In here," he says. "Careful where you step, Danny." I'm sweating. My mouth is dry but sticky. Ceepak meets me on the pathway. "Danny?" "Yes, sir?" "I know you've never done this before. Never seen a dead body. But you don't have to act brave, not for me, okay?" "Yes, sir." He steps aside. Behind him, I can see a blue-faced man slumped in a green plastic seat. His eyes are wide open, his mouth, too. His shirt is splotched with red paintballs, only they aren't paintballs. They're bursts of blood. "This way," Ceepak says. He grabs my elbow and hustles me back up the path, over to these bushes on the other side of the main walkway, over near an ice cream cart. I puke. Ceepak props me up when my knees go wobbly. If he wasn't there, I think I would fall face first into my own vomit. "Her name is Ashley." 5 minutes later, I'm doing like Ceepak suggested. I'm staying emotionally detached. This isn't a dead guy, this is evidence. I'll save my emotions for later, for when we're hunting down the rat bastard who did this. "Ashley?" I say, my voice cracking a little.
"Roger that."
Ceepak holds up his clue, a letter block ID bracelet.
"It was snagged on a bolt."
He points inside the Tilt-a-Whirl car. "Great," I croak. My voice sounds steadier.
"You're doing fine, Danny."
I nod. My thighs aren't quivering anymore, so I step back and study the Turtle Twirl Tilt-a-Whirl. I think Sunnyside Clyde had this ride custom-made. Either that or he bought it secondhand from SeaWorld. The 7 cars are molded to look like giant green turtles sitting up on their haunches. Rounded fiberglass shells form the car backs. Funny-faced turtle heads jut out up top, making a little canopy.
"She sat on the right-hand side,"
Ceepak says. I nod. I think Ceepak just needs to say what he's thinking out loud so he'll remember it later. He's wearing lint-free gloves, so he won't contaminate any evidence. He keeps the gloves tucked in the upper right hip pocket of his cargo pants. Ceepak brought a box of these gloves to the station back in June and suggested everybody keep a pair handy. Yeah, right. Like any of the guys were going to wear sweaty gloves in the middle of the summer. I took a pair just because I knew Ceepak was watching. I think they're still in my sock drawer. Ceepak paces around the turtle. He starts mumbling.
"That Tilt-a-Whirl down in the South Beach drag. I got on it last night and my shirt got caught."
He's sort of half singing, half muttering a snippet from Bruce Springsteen's 4th of July Asbury Park. Today's the 10th of July, but I think the karaoke routine helps Ceepak think.